That's a good question. Consoles is a lot of work. You don't really realize it until you're doing, what's known as the porting process, right? So most of the time, people are developing for PC straight away, and so you're having these considerations like all these different controllers can get plugged in, and the PC and the mouse, and key binding and all that stuff. Resolution, all that. None of that is really necessary on the console, but it does come with a whole bunch of other things. The main thing is that if you're planning on having any online features whatsoever, like connecting to the internet for literally any purpose whatsoever, you have a whole nother list of things that you have to do. And initially we were like, let's do the bare minimum for online. Like, this was like, within the last few months, there was a period of time where we were like, we're going to make online multiplayer. And then spent a year or two doing that and wasting a bunch of time and money, realizing that servers were going to cost us way more than we could afford regardless. So we ditched all that for the future, potentially, if there's enough demand. But, anyway, if you're even just trying to have like a news ticker, like you're connecting to a website to print out some updates, which is what we were trying to do, you are setting yourself up for a whole bunch of other approval things with each of these platforms that all have their own processes of checking to make sure it's completely secure, encrypted and protected so that there's no potential for attack on any of their customers because, there's a liability there. So my advice is don't do anything with the internet whatsoever, or you're going to have to do a ton of extra work. So thankfully we avoided that by ditching our news ticker, and nothing is connected to the internet. Then, you've got a lot of controllers. Like for the Switch, there's so many different ways to play, right? You've got your Joy-Cons, and you've got your Pro controller, and you've got the handheld version of it. And there's all these considerations with that. And, you have to have this little controller applet that helps you set up how many players are going to play,